But as Ellen has explained, 1 year into Ceredigon's first Plaid Cymru-led administration, the Conservative and Lib Dem austerity cuts hit us. And like every other council, we were faced with devastating cuts in our core grant from the Welsh Government. In fact, over a quarter of our revenue budget. So it's been tough, very tough, as it has been for all councils. But from the ashes of those cuts imposed on us, we think we've managed to do some very useful things. It's easy to be gloomy, so we started an initiative called Cari Ceredigion, Love Ceredigion, which encourages our residents to think positive, love where they live, take responsibility and do their bit to contribute. For example, we've encouraged people to get out there and do a spot of litter picking with equipment provided by the council. And the local papers now regularly feature photos of people out collecting rubbish in their local area. It helps out and it makes everybody taking part feel good. So maybe it's no coincidence that this year Ceredigion has the tidiest streets in Wales, according to the latest report by Keep Wales Tidy on behalf of the Welsh Government. Transport's been more difficult because on top of the core cuts to council budgets, local bus services have been subject to additional cuts to their grants from Welsh Government. Despite that, we've worked cooperatively with the Welsh Government wherever we can, like on the T1 and T5 Traws-Cymru long-distance routes through Ceredigion, and on the innovative Booker bus, which provides a service on request for areas that lack the population to sustain regular commercial services. At a time when buses are thought to be declining in popularity, all of these services I've mentioned have shown an increase in passengers every year. With rail, Ceredigion took a lead, amongst others, in a successful campaign for a peak hourly service on the Cambrian line between Aberystwyth and Shrewsbury. Since this started in 2015, we've seen an increase in passenger numbers of an astonishing 41%. And all this shows that if you provide quality public transport services and properly market them, people will use them. And that's what I expect to happen when we get an Aberystwyth to Carmarthen rail line. But the thing that we've become best known for in Ceredigion is our high recycling rate. We've achieved this by maintaining a simple collection that people like, and by educating and encouraging our residents to recycle rather than penalising them if they get it wrong. Cari Ceredigion. And the result of this is that we're the top recycling authority, not only in Wales, but in the whole UK, with 70% of our waste being recycled. Early on in the administration, we took a decision to invest heavily in renewable energy and energy conservation. And we put together a carbon management plan which had a target of reducing the council's carbon emissions by 15% within 5 years. We invested in a biomass district heating scheme in Aberystwyth, whereby a single boiler using wood chips heats 4 large public buildings. We installed hundreds of photovoltaic cells on the roofs of our buildings around the county, 200 on one building alone. And we've invested in scores of smaller energy conservation measures. And so far, in the 4th year of that 5-year carbon management programme, we've already exceeded our 15% target, and we're now aiming to go higher. And this has saved almost 3,000 tonnes of carbon, and in terms of austerity, it's on schedule now to save £2.7 million worth of public money. Quite a feat for a small authority. Of course, that money can now go into maintaining other services that might otherwise have been lost to austerity. Now, there's no question that much of what I've mentioned simply wouldn't have happened without Plaid Cymru leading the council and using our core values to direct council policy. That's the difference that Plaid Cymru can make, even at the most challenging time that local government in Wales has ever known. So the message is that despite the appalling austerity cuts that continue to rain down on us, Plaid Cymru-led councils are still finding ways to deliver exemplary services and progressive initiatives in innovative and imaginative ways. Because, despite everything that we are faced with, we've got the vision to take Wales forward, and we can take another big step on May the 4th.